which one of these teams could go 12-0 in 2025. So guys, right here in front of me is the short list of 8 teams I think could go undefeated this year in college football. And we're going to pull apart their schedules piece by piece, game by game, dissect them, look inside, and see if they can really go 12-0 this year. And the first team here is Notre Dame. And look at that. They can't get away from Carson Beck. So they played Georgia in the Sugar Bowl this year. And then, of course, they're playing Miami now. Carson Beck transferring to the U. And they play that first Sunday night at Miami under the lights. It's going to be a rainy game, kind of foggy. Notre Dame runs the ball there. Miami's offense is not what they were last year with Cam Ward. Notre Dame wins that game week 1. And then Texas A&M week 2. It's going to be a close game down to the last second, probably a field goal. Notre Dame wins that game. They're 2-0. They beat Purdue at Arkansas. A sneaky game there for Notre Dame. They pull it out. They're 4-0. And they're playing Boise State October 4th. And guys, I think Boise State goes into South Bend, beats Notre Dame, and ends their undefeated season there. So they start 4-0 and then 4-1. So Notre Dame is off the short list. They're not going undefeated in 2025. Mark my words. And then the team they lost to in the Natty, Ohio State, the Buckeyes, my Buckeyes, whatever. Can we go at 12-0 in 2025? So it's kind of the same situation as 10 years ago, 2015, with the three-headed monster at quarterback trying to figure out a starting quarterback before the season starts. And they're playing Texas week 1, college game day, big noon, everything. I'll be there at that game week 1, August 30th, the first Saturday of the season. Guys, personally, I think the Buckeyes beat Texas once again. Arch Manning, way too hyped up right now. Ohio State wins that game. They beat Grambling. They beat Ohio. Beat Minnesota. They're 5-0. That Illinois game is sneaky, though. It's a sneaky game, October 11th at Illinois. I think they win it, though, and then the next week they lose at Wisconsin in a Camp Randall jump-around game there. So Ohio State starts 6-0 but loses to Wisconsin. And if it's not Wisconsin, Luke Fickell, it's going to be probably at Purdue. Guys, I was there 2018. The number 2 Ohio State Buckeyes lose at Purdue in a miserable upset there. It was a cold night. We flooded the field, everything. They will not go 12-0 in 2025, and they're off the short list. Another playoff team here, Boise State. That first game, a Thursday evening game at South Florida. Kind of a strange start there. It's going to be sloppy. It's going to be muddy. And they win that game on the road. Eastern Washington, a blowout at Air Force. We love that. And then App State on the blue turf. It's going to be a fun game, overtime, 38-35. Boise State wins that one. They go to Notre Dame, beat them, start 5-0, and they're a top 10 team right now. New Mexico at home, easy. UNLV, close game there. They could drop that one, but I think they win that. So Boise will start, I think, 8-0. And where they get tripped up, for me personally, it's an out there pick. I understand it's kind of a bottom feeder pick here, but I think Fresno State goes to Boise November 1st, upsets them, a huge 20-point upset there, and the Fresno State Bulldogs end the undefeated run there. I feel like they're due to drop one in conference. Last year it didn't really happen. They lose to Fresno this year, and they're off my short list there. They go 11-1 though, back to the playoff once again for Boise State, but no undefeated season. And then Texas, another playoff team from last year. Talking about so many rematches here. The Ohio State game week 1, guys, I already said I don't think they win that one. But guys, I'm receiving a call right now. It is from Steve Sarkisian, and he says they're running the triple option at Ohio State this year, and Texas will shock the world. They're going to beat Ohio State by running the triple option with Arch Manning. Guys, I'm obviously joking there. They lose week 1, guys. There's just no way. Texas is off my short list. They are not going 12-0 in the year of our Lord 2025. And then the Oregon Ducks, with no longer Dylan Gabriel, the all-time touchdown leader in college football, finally gone. RIP. So they get Montana State week 1. Remember last year, Oregon last year, that week 1 game, I forget who they played. God, it was like Utah Tech or something. It was so ugly. They almost lost to like some FCS team last year in week 1. This year it's Montana State, a very, very solid, good FCS team there. They get them on BTN the first Saturday. I think they win that game pretty easily. And then Oklahoma State at Northwestern, Oregon State in the Civil War. I think they start 4-0 pretty easily there. And then at Penn State's the big one. The night game, NBC, are you kidding me? A Big Ten title rematch in September. Yeah, Oregon loses. Well, actually, you know what? I don't like Penn State. I don't believe in Penn State. I never have, honestly. I think they beat Penn State actually on the road. I think they do. I think they're 5-0. They beat Indiana at home. They beat Rutgers. They're 7-0. Wisconsin at home's tough. I'll go a small victory there. So they're 8-0. They beat Iowa. Iowa's offense just sucks. 9-0. Honestly, the more I look at this schedule here, outside of that Penn State game, I think they could go 12-0. If they beat Penn State on the road, they could go 12-0. Guys, I'm going to say it right now. If Oregon's quarterback situation is good this year, they're going to go 12-0. I'm going to say it right now. Oregon Ducks is a team to watch to go undefeated this year in college football. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect when I dissected the shark. Remember in 4th grade, you dissected the animals like the sharks, the rabbits, whatever. So I put Oregon Ducks, I put the duck down to the table, and I put my knife in there, my ice pick, whatever, and I see an undefeated season. I can't believe it's Dan Lanning in Oregon, 12-0 in 2025. It's crazy. And then the Clemson Tigers, oh boy, that first game, that Saturday night, August 30th, Death Valley, it's going to be disgusting there. Oh boy, it's going to be like, I'm going to say a 13-10 victory there for Clemson in week 1. They beat LSU. And then Troy, Georgia Tech is a sneaky road game there early in the year. And then October 4th at Kill Bill in North Carolina, at Boston College. Yeah, there's no way. No, this team's not going undefeated this year. They're going to lose at least 2 or 3 games, probably to Louisville. Excuse the voice crack, my goodness. Probably to Louisville, maybe even SMU if they're good again. I think, is there Jennings quarterback back for SMU? If he is, they're going to be pretty good. I'm going to say no. Clemson's not going undefeated this year. And then the Liberty Flames. So we had to throw in our one group of 5 team here. The Liberty Flames and playing in the CUSA. Can they go undefeated in 2025? The first game is against Maine. I'm going to say 49-0. Maine loses that game. Jacksonville State win. Bowling Green win. I think their hardest game is against James Madison, September 20th. But it's at home, though. So let's say they win that game. At Old Dominion, at UTEP. I mean, honestly, this schedule, it's a bunch of bottom feeders, really. It's a bunch of cupcakes. I see no reason why Liberty can't go 12-0, run the table. I'm looking at the schedule, guys. What, is Old Dominion going to beat them? No. If they beat JMU, they might go 12. They might be a playoff team. Liberty could be a playoff team, guys. I'll mark it down right now. Place your bets. Liberty and Oregon. It's kind of it's a rematch of that Fiesta Bowl back in like 2024 or whatever with Bo Nix and the guys. That was crazy. And then the one more team here that could go 12-0. Of course, it's Georgia. Georgia's dominated the last 5 years of football, really. They lose the Nutcracker, Carson Beck, Kirby Smart reloads. Can they go 12-0 in the SEC? So the first 2 weeks are body bag games. They're Marshall, Austin P, and then that's a tough game at Tennessee in week 3. Oh boy, 3:30. That's a tough one right there right off the bat. And then Alabama after that. Yeah, I don't see Georgia going 12-0 this year unless they're just some extremely loaded team. At Auburn, at Florida. They play Texas too. Yeah, remember the Georgia Tech game last year? Georgia Tech last year, 6 overtimes. That game was crazy. No, they're going like 8-4 this year. Honestly, that's a brutal schedule for Georgia. So the 2 teams here that could go 12-0, Oregon and Liberty. And there it is, guys, a rematch of the 2024 Verbo Fiesta Bowl with Bo Nix slaughtering, of course, the undefeated. There it is, guys, undefeated Liberty 2 years ago. They went 12-0, 13-0, whatever. It can happen. Trust the process, guys. So that's it for this video. The short list comes down to 2, Oregon, Liberty. If you guys disagree, put in the comments below. And more videos coming soon. I will do a 0-12 video next. So watch out for that one, guys. Thanks for watching. My Instagram is below at Pacillac. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.